So guys, we had a question earlier this week in the group about how to improve your distance per stroke, other than everything that we're doing in, everything that we're doing with the strength stuff. When you're in the pool, the simplest, easiest way to increase your distance per stroke and your efficiency is just to know what your stroke count is for each length. That's something that if you deal with pros, if you've swum at high level before in, like D1 or national level or anything, if your coach hasn't told you by that point that you just need to have your stroke counts in your head, you should know. It should just be a habit that every single stroke you take is, even I'm just in the habit now, I don't even swim as much as I used to, and I'm not swimming for any particular goal, but it's just habit for me. When I push off, I'm counting how many kicks, 1, 2, 3, dolphin kicks, 4, whatever. And then I get into my stroke, and then it's 1, 2, 3. Like, I know exactly how many strokes I'm doing every length, and that's telling me if I'm getting tired or if there's something that I need to change. What it also does is it makes you more present in your session, and it makes you more aware of what your body is doing, because sometimes you can do something, especially with swimming, because you're getting feedback from the water, which a lot of the time the feedback from the water is incorrect. So you sometimes feel like you're pulling stronger, for instance, but if you're actually doing more strokes, then you're actually less efficient. So get your stroke count. That is going to give you so much information, and more than focusing on a specific technical thing, like, this is never ending, right? This is something that is always going to give you feedback. It's something that is always going to work. It is something that is always going to tell you the truth about what you're currently doing. So you can combine this with any other stroke stuff that you're doing, but you should be doing this every single time, because what so many people do is they do a technical thing, they do this new thing that might feel better or look better or sound better, but then they do it and it actually makes them less efficient. So what you want to do is you want to always combine anything that you're doing with some way to record that, right? In the gym, we are recording weights that we're increasing, improving in each week. That's our feedback that we know that something is improving. In the pool, stroke count is one of the key performance indicators for how efficient you are, right? So if you're trying to improve your distance per stroke, if you are not counting your strokes, if you're not recording that, then you are going blind and you're in no man's land. You'll find it very hard to actually change, because there's a big difference between actually changing and doing stuff that sounds good, and you're always changing your technique, and you're doing things that sound good and look good on paper, but are potentially not right for you as a swimmer, right? So, when you work with Olympians and the best of the best, they are not the best because they have perfect textbook technique. They're the best because they know what works for them, and they have experimented a lot, and they have found what works for them specifically, because everyone's different. There is no textbook technique. There are fundamental things that might help, but the only way to actually know is to count your strokes, have some way to record your stuff. Hope that was helpful.